But I'm not broken. I am lost, but not.
Welcome to the model spot. So now we'll be making a V-shaped hijab with just a needle and thread. So before going on with the fabric, I think I'm going to be showing you the illustration with a paper. So this is what we're going to be doing. As you can see, this is a square shaped paper. So definitely the fabric we are going to be using should be a square shape. So as for this, I'll be using, as for my fabric, I'll be using a 50 by 50 at all sides, 50 by 50 at all sides. So you can decide to use 55 by 55 all through, and you can decide to use 60 by 60 or 45 by 45. It now depends on how you want it to be, how you want the length to be. So as for this class, I'll be making use of 50 by 50 for the class. So now what we are going to be doing is we are going to fold this paper. We are going to fold it in a triangular form this way. Fold it in a triangular form this way. So after folding in a triangular form, then you take it back this way again. So as you can see, this is what we want to do. So now I'll be taking my fabric now to show you how it's going to go. So let's go. Now welcome back. So as for this class, I'll be using a chiffon fabric for it. So you can decide to use a jersey fabric. It depends on how you want to do. Jersey fabric is quite is advisable, and I'll actually tell you the benefits of using a jersey fabric after the class. So now let's go. So I said earlier while explaining, I told you that I'll be using a 50 by 50, a square shape 50 by 50. So I've went ahead to trim other excesses that are the sides and at the length at the sides of the hijab. So this is my 50 by 50 fabric. So now, as explained, that I'll be folding this into two in a triangular form. So I'll be doing the same for my fabric. So the right side is going to be facing each other. Yeah. So you need to be a little bit careful while doing this. So now I'm done with this. So then after the triangular shape as explained, then you fold it this way again. As you can see, you fold it this way again. So I'll be doing that on my fabric as well. So when doing this part, since I'm using a shaky material, so I need to be very careful while doing this. So then, as you can see, after folding there seems to be an excess. So I'll just go ahead to trim this excess away. Being a chiffon, being a a shaky material, so this is bound to happen. So now I'll be cutting out the excess, as it's quite visible because of its chiffon, so I can see through where it ends at the down part. So now so what now I'll be doing now is I don't want this, because I'll be placing it on, I'll be ironing this part, so I don't want it to go away from where it is. So I want it to now let me set my iron. So this is what we have on the floor. As you can see, this is what we have on the floor. Let's put it this way. So now what we're going to do now is just open it up. So this is one of the reasons why I iron it this way before I'm going to open it up now. So I'm going to tell you now. So I want this line to show on my fabric. That was why I did that. So I'll be telling you what I'm going to do it, why I did it. This is where I'm going to be measuring my head circumference. So I'll be sending a picture of how to measure the head circumference. I'm going to measure my head circumference, so I'll further explain that on my fabric. So let's go to open it up. So yeah, I'm doing the opening. So this is what I actually wanted. This is what I actually wanted, the line, the iron part. So now I'll be measuring my head circumference on this. Where's the chalk? So whatever my head circumference is, I'm going to be dividing by 2. So my head circumference is 20 divided by 2 is going to give me 10. It's going to give me 10. So it's going to give me 10. So from the 10, I'm going to be measuring 1 inch for the stitching. 1 inch. Then you can just decide to draw a straight line on that iron part. So then you stitch right from the straight line. You stitch here down to this end. So you make your stitching hole very tiny. Don't give too much space while stitching. So I'll tie twice for it not to lose back. So I'm going to cut it off. Then, so I've stitched this part. So now what's next to do is you fix in your hand. So you fix in your hand to the iron part, to that center. You fix in your hand there. Then you remove. Bring it out this way. So this is our final output, the edge circumference. So I'm going to iron it. Assalamu alaikum. Here is the final output of our V-shaped hijab with our matching inner cap that we made for the class. Can you see how beautiful it is? No, just tell me now. Our V-shaped hijab. Can you see? Now I'll be showing you the back side. Can you see how beautiful it is? Now this is one of the reasons why it's preferable to use jersey or lycra materials, because this place is going to wither. Now for me, now I'm going to take this to a nearby shop like a nearby fashion designer who has an industrial weaving machine, so for them to help me weave it, because it's going to wither off if I did not weave that part. So if you'll be using a lycra or jersey material, not all that used to open up, so preferably if you are using the one that don't used to open up, then you are good to go. You can just wear your V-shaped hijab that way. So can you see? You can decide to use a clip, an hijab clip here, for you to cover up the front piece. Yeah. So bye. Assalamu alaikum.